pretty big group. We better do an official roll call.
You bet. Grady Bonsall.
Here.
Dennis Sneeden.
Here.
Matt McKenzie.
Here.
Mary Kumro.
I'm here.
And Wally Henson.
Here. Very good. All right, next point on the agenda is public comment. So any comments outside of the variance request? Nothing? Okay, we'll move right on to the variance request. So Brandon, I guess if you want to go first and tell us what you got going on.
Okay.
Yeah, come to the podium so if anybody's listening, then at least the mic will pick you up.
Well, I'm here to ask permission, not forgiveness.
Sorry.
trying to do this right. What I'm wanting to do is bring in some shipping containers to add to my storage units on Caldwell. And I'd like to get them a little farther south than current rules let me go. I'm asking for 20 feet of the 25. That'll still keep me in line with the neighbors and a good amount in front of the containers. There'll be one trip. All the new containers are all same color, all matched up. I don't know what else to tell you.
They go right along the street between you and Hoover's, right?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Let me come a little farther south will keep me from blocking the west entrance where the people pull in to have access off Caldwell.
Okay.
That'll be handier that way too for them. And give a little more room in between the containers and the building for folks with trailers and stuff.
Are you gonna put enough in there to go all the way from Caldwell to the alley? Is that
Eventually, yeah, I've got 8 right now
okay?
coming, so, but I would like, I guess if there's still a need in Goodland, I'll keep adding them.
Sure.
Do they sit on a foundation or something, or you just set them on the ground?
Right on the rocks.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
They're tough.
yeah, they'd be up off the rock, but he said, no, don't pour a slab, no point in it.
Mhm.
How long the ones are you getting? 40 footers?
These are 8 by 20s.
Oh.
So I'd have one row facing south, and I was gonna put another row behind them facing north. So I'd have 40 foot there
Okay.
Okay.
total. at this
Okay.
point.
Mhm.
So with them facing south and that's their opening, we're gonna be, how far off the street are you then?
It's
We're just thinking about
still-
somebody backing in there. We're not gonna cause a traffic issue.
No, it still has the easement from what the city
Okay.
has. From on top, it's 5 feet additional. Because he's requesting just 20 feet off the 25 foot.
Yeah, so we still have the normal city easement. You just wanna be, instead of 25, you wanna be 5 off the city easement. Okay, that makes sense.
Which the line to the left of the blue dashed line is the city easement. That's not even the street. The actual street's all the way out on the darker line that's out there.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So the site triangle would not even be close to being impacted once it does stretch all the way.
Okay,
Because it'll still follow the Caldwell Avenue easement as well, which is where the orange dashed line and the pink line are. And then Caldwell would actually sit the top line where the curve goes. That's the actual curve on the street corner.
okay. What other questions you guys have for Brandon?
Seems pretty plain.
So it's gonna line up with the rest of it too, it looks like, right?
Yeah, I didn't drive by, but
So the building that sits to the west is actually 10 feet into the easement. And then it'll be pretty much in line with the property to the east.
Josh, this screen has gone dark.
It's a mystery screen.
Okay, with that, I think we'll go to staff comments. Brandon, thank you.
Yeah.
So Zach, anything additional?
Nah, that's pretty much all I have, other than if you look at Hoover's, they sit on the property line all the way around the property with their building. So this would actually be even further off than what they are. And like I said, the the storage units to the west of that property are actually into the city easement. Don't know if it was a forgiveness or permission.
Yeah, is what it is now, right?
Yeah, but it's been there for so long, there's really no point in saying, hey, you gotta tear this down.
Yep.
Now, if they were to ever tear it down themselves and want to rebuild something there, then they'd have to obviously follow the setbacks.
Okay.
Zach, why don't you go ahead with your comments that you included in the packet? Reviewing the
I did go
criteria.
through with the criteria, so the uniqueness, it is unique to the property due to the other commercial properties around it not following those setbacks, so I didn't see it as being an issue, and it being unique to the situation. The adjacent properties, I did get 3 phone calls. One was from 326 East 5th Street, but he was really just calling to see if it was in regards to his property. And once I explained it to him, he said he didn't have an issue with it. 518 Cherry Avenue, which is across the alley, called and asked questions about it, and at the end of the conversation didn't have much issue with it. And then 514 Caldwell called to ask if it was in regards to their property, and I said it wasn't for her property, explained the situation, and then she was okay with it as well. Hardship, I think it would make it difficult to have that 25-foot setback. In doing that, it would reduce the safety of the travel of the people using it with their trailers trying to turn around and actually accessing the units. Public interest, I do not think it will adversely affect the public health, safety, morals, order, convenience, or general welfare of the community. It will not impair adequate supply of light or air to the adjacent property, substantially increase the congestion in the public streets, increase the danger of fire since they are metal buildings, units, and there was no endangerment to the public safety or substantially diminish or impair property values within the neighborhood. The requested variance will not be opposed to the general spirit and intent of the zoning regulations. That is still sitting off of the required setback. It's not all the way up against it. And then this would be the minimum variance that'll make possible reasonable use of the land or structure.
It's gonna give you more to mow, isn't it? Oh,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
Less weeds to spray, right? Okay, Zach, anything else?
Not really. The pictures that are included in your packet kind of document where everything else is located in the surrounding areas. The first image just shows the surrounding zoning districts. The second image shows the other buildings that are located directly adjacent to the property, showing that the building to the west is over the easement line, property line, and that the building to the south is directly on the property line. The third image shows the setback for the R1 zone to the east of it. The fourth image shows the distance the building to the west is over the property line onto the easement. And these are all just estimated distances. They're not accurate down to the
Yeah.
1/10 of an inch or anything like that. And then the fifth image will show the setbacks and the requested setback with an approved variance, and the orange dashed line showing what the required setbacks are currently for the zoning district, and then the blue dashed line being the requested distance from the easement with the approved variance.
Okay. Kent, anything else to add?
No, sir.
Okay, so for Mary Ellen's benefit and for mine as well, I'm gonna try to explain what our next steps are, and you correct me, right? So we
Well,
need to
the-
go through each one of the points.
You opened the public hearing,
Okay,
so at this point, probably should close the public hearing.
okay.
And then we go ahead with the actual action by the Board of Zoning Appeals.
Okay. Do we need a motion to close, or can I just say officially?
You can just
close?
say
Okay.
officially closed.
Officially close the public comment section. So now, we need to gain agreement on each of the bullet points, right? Uniqueness, adjacent property, hardship.
Correct.
Okay. So I guess hearing what Zach had to say, kind of reading through the packets, let's talk about uniqueness here a little bit, and I'll give my perspective. I think that, you know, it seems like this is a kind of a unique deal to this property, obviously, and the neighbors have already done their thing, and I don't see that, you know, this is gonna be anything out of the ordinary here. So I think that it probably does fit in the uniqueness that Zach found. Anybody see it differently or want to add any other comments there? Okay, so I think we agree on uniqueness.
Okay.
Let's see, adjacent property, Zach outlined it very well, I think, with what's there. It's interesting to find things not in line on adjacent properties, but I think we're not probably doing anything here that would be out of line with the rest of the properties.
Right.
Anything different?
I agree.
Okay. I'm just trying to come up with a statement for each one.
Okay.
And I think that you just said it, that you don't think it's going to affect the
Yeah.
neighboring property
Shouldn't,
owners.
I don't see any effect on neighboring properties, and it's not out of line with what's already been done.
Right.
Okay, hardship, I agree with Zach's findings that, I think the whole storage unit thing doesn't flow as well if we force that 25-foot setback, and probably makes it difficult to get in and out of there, and, would probably put a hardship on his business, so I think
I think
we
it
found
would.
hardship.
I think it would, also, if everything were too close together, it would, bring up a safety issue too.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're in agreement that a hardship exists without the variance?
Yep.
Public interest, glad to hear some folks called in. That's a good thing. We haven't had a lot of feedback before, so I'm glad the public's paying attention. I had the questions I asked were all around that too. Sight lines, you know, getting in and out of the, you know, off the street, all that sort of thing. So I think that I don't see anything that would be detrimental to the public interest. It's probably going to be a good thing to have more improvement to the city, so I think it's probably all positive. And it looks like everything's going to be in line with safety-wise and all that. So everyone agree?
Yep.
Okay, spirit and intent, as far as the zoning regulations go, I think it's a good compromise, honestly, to say, you know, we're still gonna maintain 5 feet off the city easement, but we'll give 20. Feels better than saying we wanna be right on the line, or I wanna be even with my neighbor that's over the line, so I think that the spirit and intent is good. And then, final piece on minimum variance, seems like we're probably there. This makes the most sense to get Brandon what he needs, but also maintains a little bit of a setback for the city as well, so I think this is probably the minimum variance. So if we're in agreement on all of those points, then I think we're ready for a motion, or do we want to have more discussion?
I'll make the motion to allow it.
Okay, there's some wording in the documents. Wally, do you see that? Zach had a proposed or recommended motion.
Yep.
Do you have that one?
Maybe.
I have it on my phone if,
I don't know where. Oh. This, we'll need to make a motion to approve, conditionally approve, or deny the variance request.
My motion is to approve.
Okay.
I'll second it.
okay, for the minutes, do you want the wording?
Sure. Do you?
Wally, can you give me, no, I'm being particular, but can you give me the motion in the words that are on the screen up there?
I move to approve the variance for allowing the front yard setback requirements to be reduced to 5 feet. And that's what
That's
Wally
what
said.
Wally said. All right.
What he said.
Thank you. And I got a second from Grady, so all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. All right, motion passes. Thank you, sir.
Thank you all very much.
They're gonna be pretty quick to go in, or you? Tomorrow, wow, okay.
Nice.
That's nice.
They're on the trucks coming in.
Well, I'm always excited to see further improvement, and it seems like storage is in short supply, so
Oh, yeah.
I think it's needed. That'll be a good thing. There's always
No,
demand,
it's
isn't there?
better than front yards.
Yeah. Okay, Brandon, you're welcome to go. You can stick around, whatever you want to do. We have a couple other. All right, thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Okay, so next item on our agenda is reports, so we'll just go through the planning commissioners. Grady, anything to report this time?
Nothing to report.
Dennis, anything?
No.
Mary Ellen?
No, but thank you for welcoming me to the commission. I'm excited to see.
We're glad to have
Yeah,
you. We've been saying we needed a woman on the commission
Wow.
for a long time. We've got it now.
thank you. Thank
We're
you
in
for your
trouble
warm
now.
welcome.
Wally, anything to report?
No, thank you.
Okay, nothing from me either. So moving on to staff. Kent, anything?
No, we have a joint meeting here in about an hour.
Yeah.
We'll move forward with that, meeting with the city commission. We'll meet in the, down below, or in the main area here with no one on the dais, so.
Okay.
Looking forward to that. Don't really have anything else at this time.
Zach? Josh, anything from IT? Nope. All right, minutes. Did anybody have, you see anything in the minutes from last time? It was in your packet.
I kinda read through 'em.
Okay, any changes, corrections, additions?
No, good to me.
Entertain a motion to approve.
I move that we approve the planning commission meeting minutes of January 9th, 2024.
Second? I'll second it. All those in
I
favor
wasn't
say aye.
here.
Aye.
Opposed say nay. Okay, minutes stand as posted. So with that, I move we adjourn.
All right.
I need a second.
Oh, I can second.
There we go. All in favor?